What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Chart Slayer here from chartslayer.com, bringing you investing, business, and lifestyle, as well as vlogging. And I want to go ahead and let you guys know that I just had an interview with a very, very sweet but also educated young woman that actually knows how to trade on the foreign exchange market. What I'm going to be doing is coming out with a series, as you know, following up after this interview, pretty much breaking down how other successful traders are benefiting and their opinions and their perspective on the foreign exchange market. I'm always coming out with some new things, trying to bring something different. I have not forgotten about that Forex series that I have going on before. New videos are coming out. I have a lot of content coming out for these next couple of weeks, but I want to go ahead and get this out for you so you guys can actually get a nice overview of how other people perceive, instead of just me, and their perspective on how to trade on the foreign exchange market. All right, you guys, let's get into it.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. A little nervous.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. That's part of the game. I saw you have the I saw you, I think I looked you up when you were doing the day in the life of a Forex trader. That's where I saw, that video is blowing up.
That was my most popular video today. That's kind of what put me on the map in the YouTube world.
It did, it did, it did. So I saw you from there. I want to go ahead and do a little bit. Look, this is not formal. This is, you don't need to do all that. This is my first interview, at least with you, of course, right? But
Okay.
I want to go ahead and, you can relax, the vibes all day. But I want to go ahead and break down who is Andy Zona. I hope I'm not butchering that name.
No, that's right.
Perfect. Who is Andy Zona? I want to go ahead and go through that.
What do you want me to explain?
What
do you
brought
want to
you
know?
to the Forex? What brought you to the Forex community?
Well, I started trading Forex 2 years ago. Do you trade Forex? Right, you do?
I do. So
How long have you been trading?
Yeah, I've been trading for about 2 years, starting in July. In July will be 2 years.
So I started just before you in March of 2018. So I started like the typical like IML thing. And then I was in iMarkets Live for like 2 or 3 months, and then I kind of just decided to pursue it on my own. And I've worked with quite a few people since, and it's just been a journey, that's for sure. Forex is nothing easy.
I agree. I'm currently, well, not really currently in IML, but it's more like, in and out. I like the net, seeing people, you're able to network through IM, and it's pretty cool just from knowing people wise. I've gained a lot of relationships through there. So like that's the only reason why I'm currently still in it. But I have my own business called Z Traders that I teach people how to trade on.
Oh, you have your own teaching platform? That's awesome. That's really, really cool. And when I first got into Forex and I saw like how IM Academy works and stuff, a lot of people would talk about how they would do their own thing, and I never felt like I could actually teach myself, but it's definitely cool, and that's kind of what inspired my YouTube channel, was that I was able to kind of collect all the information that I was learning, put it into a video, and then just put it up there so that anyone can kind of watch it if they wanted to watch it.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool. But I totally agree with the whole iMarkets Live is so good for networking. Like that really, I met so many people through iMarkets Live. It's definitely, they're definitely really good at their job when it comes to like bringing people into the community. So I really have a lot of respect for IM Academy.
What team were you on when you were there?
Honestly, I don't know. So I'm from Arizona, and there's a lot of big heads in iMarkets Live in Arizona. So like we have Christopher Derrick,
Emerald Holmes, Emory Holmes.
Yeah. Yeah, him. Cash was here. Wealthy Pips was here. everybody was here, so it was always just like everyone was in a group, and I was under a couple people. Like, do you know who Alicia Bush is?
Yeah. I do.
She just
Yeah.
hit Chairman 10. She's such a crazy hard worker. I was under her for a while, and I think she was under like Wealth Club, that like
Right.
with Emery and all that.
And Maria and then Cash and them. Right. I know exactly who. I know exactly who you're talking about because they're big in Arizona. They pretty much put Arizona on the map.
Yeah, they definitely like were running the scene in Arizona. Everyone was up in their penthouses and all that good
Exactly.
stuff. So it
So
was
where are
so
you?
much fun. Where am I now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in Arizona. I'm just outside of the city. I'm about like an hour outside of Tempe, where everyone used to live at that area. So I live in a smaller town. I moved back home, um, just so I could save money and stuff.
Nothing wrong with that. Trust me. Nothing wrong with that. I moved back to my mom from Florida. So
Okay.
completely understand. Completely understand. Why I look like we got the same color room? You trying to copy me?
I know. We got the
Same.
blue vibes. I
Right.
can't stand having a blue room. Oh my gosh.
I just
But blue for
painted.
profit. You just painted your room?
Yeah, I just painted my room. I had like, you know how you have the childhood colors? So I had like childhood
Mm-hmm.
colors and everything. I think it was like green and blue. It was like one wall was green, this wall was blue, something like that. I can't remember which wall it is now because I've had it for a
Oh,
while.
that's so funny.
Hmm.
Same thing. I had every other wall was green and every other wall was this blue, this different like brighter blue color, and then we painted it to this blue color.
Mine was like a
So,
royal blue, like that rich blue or whatever it was. It was that type of blue.
hmm
So
I
let
don't
me
know. Being
ask
in a blue room
you. Hmm.
makes you like
Look, we
depressed.
already together. We already here together. So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
what you're no longer with I am now. What who are you with now? Are you with? I hear that on one of yours you're with Wealth Builders. Give me a
hmm
background of who Wealth Builders is. I've never heard of Wealth Builders before.
So Wealthbuilderz is a company extremely comparable to I Am Academy. It's basically, actually, I think the founders started in I Am Academy and then they just kind of created their own thing on the side.
Uh,
So it kind of runs the same, like you can get signups, all that stuff. It has educators that do the live calls. The reason why I like Wealthbuilderz is because it's a lot smaller. My biggest complaint with I Am Academy was that there was so many educators, so many different strategies and tools, and it's just really broad, you know. So if
yeah,
you didn't
it
have
definitely
somebody
is.
really good leading you, you
Hmm.
kind of could get lost in the system. So Wealthbuilderz is kind of just like a smaller, more tight knit community. There's only a few educators. They pretty much all kind of piggyback off of each other's strategies. So that's what I like about it. And then it also offers like some other stuff. Like they bring in people, like when you actually go on the website, there's a Forex category. There's a category dedicated to like real estate and wholesaling and Airbnb. And then we do like drop shipping and credit repair. So it kind of
Mm.
the way they've done it is they kind of made like an open platform for different types of educators. Like
Mm.
even for a while we were talking about doing like a content creation
Hmm.
category as well, so that people like me and there's some other girls on there that have like really big YouTube channels can kind of teach people like what they learned about YouTube. And so we do like a lot of communication in those groups. So that's like one of the main things that I like about it, because Forex is hard and it's hard for me to just recommend it to everybody when they're still struggling in other areas of their life. So if you can kind of like bring up multiple areas, it kind of puts you in a better position to excel at any one of them. So
100%
that's
agree.
what I like about it the most.
100% agree. Um, when I first started off in trading, it was hard, like because it's new. You know, it's not. It's like learning a new language. You know, it's the exact same thing. So when like it took a while. I just now, as of January, tapped into the consistency side of trading. It just happened. Just happened. There I had a bad month in May last month. So I guess, part of trading is you're gonna have, bad months. This is then the third. but I just now hit the consistency mark. You know, from just like, I remember when, like, literally last year, I remember losing $5,000, like, just from what I did was, I was, you know how you go in a demo account, I was in a demo account and I was playing around with the lot sizes, trying to get used to big capital. And so I was using, the 100,000 lot size. So what was the lot size that it was? It was like 10 standards, something around there, $100 lot size. And I accidentally put that in my live account because, it doesn't change the lot size.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it hurt it in a matter of seconds. I've never seen an account.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen an account die so quickly. It was so bad. Oh my God. It was awful. And so it was bad.
Yeah, that's the tough reality of trading too. Is like, you can lose money like that, and you can't really think of it as like, oh, I've already spent, $5,000-$6,000 in trading and it hasn't worked out for me. It could take a lot of money, like, depending on, because little things like that can happen. I've definitely done that exact same thing. The first time I actually had big profits was because I used the wrong lot size. So it was about like 3 weeks into trading, like when I first started. And I accidentally put like 3 standards instead of like a 0.30 or something like that. And I made like $200 in like 10 minutes. And I was just super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Like, I'm just going to see if I could do that again. So I jumped right back in again with 3 standards, and I almost blew my account. So I definitely know that feeling.
Oh my God.
You gotta be careful.
You do. It used to scar me. After losing that 5,000, it was really, really, really hard for me to even grow my account at that point, because that it's more psychology than it is anything else, right? So it was bad. It was just like I would hit $100 and then lose $100, and then I would grow it to 200 and then lose the 200, and then it was like those type of situations after actually consistently hitting 5,000. But that's how bad losing a large sum of money is and how it affects your psyche. So speaking of that, how do you approach your trading when it comes to the mindset wise, when it comes to, like, your routine or stuff like that?
My trading mindset is definitely, that one's kind of hard, because it is something that you really just have to get comfortable with. You really got to dissociate from the money in your account completely and just kind of go for it. So lately I've been kind of like, I've been trying to trust myself more in my analysis more, by, like, if I see something in the market, I try not to second guess it and just place my lot size, or place my order. And I try to keep it so that I know where my stop losses are typically, and I know like I'm using lower risk management, because I definitely used to lean to higher risking my account, and using bigger lot size. But now I'm trying to just be very conservative about it, and just if I see something, I go for it. I don't sit there and be like, oh, well, maybe I'll wait again for it to do something else, or maybe I'll wait for this. Like, I try to just be real confident in whatever it is that I'm seeing, and I go for it. And if it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. But so that's actually been helping a lot, because a lot of the times I would psych myself out before I was even in the trade. And then I would watch all these trades pass me by, and it's like, man, I could have been doing that, but I was afraid to enter. So
exactly.
I think, yeah, the best way to combat like being scared in the markets is to just proper risk management and stop losses. I mean,
literally,
stop losses can kind of take your account down, but typically it should be like a good ratio to where if it is hitting, it's going to make up for your last couple losses. So.
Exactly. And that's the point of like a risk to reward ratio. You know what I mean? Having a good risk to reward what that loss shouldn't affect you. Right. So like if I take 3 trades, if my risk was a 3-1 and I won that trade, then in order for me to be negative, I have to lose 4 trades. Right. Yeah. So like it's like that type. It's like it's a numbers game. Like that's really what it is. You know, so that's good because that's how I approached it when I first like started out. Um, Actually, not even started out. Like I was getting it. Like it's, like you said, it's an adjustment period. It's like you're trying to understand what's going on as you know, as because you can't. It's like a trial and error. You know what I mean? It's different for every person. Everybody's learning curve is differently. So it's like it's really different, and it's like you have to adjust. You have to let it do its thing, pretty much. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it's literally how it works. So let me ask you this. When you first started out, well, first, how did you first hear about trading? Right? You said it was from IML, but like, how did you actually get to it?
Yeah, so actually it's kind of a funny story. I had just moved into my own house. Like I was living in a house with a roommate, but my roommate also lived on the other side of town. So I pretty much lived in this house by myself. So it was nice to have all that free time. And I was just like thinking about like how can I make money online? So I started really looking into like the stock market and
Mm-hmm.
like drop shipping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like had that energy of I'm trying to learn how to make money online in different ways. You know, I don't want to
Right.
just keep working. And then what happened was I actually went out to a club and I met this guy and we were like talking or whatever. And like as the days went on, he kind of I was around him and his friends, and they were talking about Forex because they were in iMarkets Live, you know. So they just
Mm.
lightly touched, they lightly like were talking about Forex, and he was very intriguing to me because he had like this really nice like all glass penthouse like apartment. He was only 25 and he like had all this stuff, you know, like designer. At the time, I'd never really been around people like that, like with designer and like
Right.
money, I guess you could say. So it was really cool to be around him, and I was definitely like watching and like listening to the stuff they would talk about. So they mentioned Forex, but they didn't like actually introduce it to me. And then so I only hung out with him like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then a couple weeks later, somebody, because I followed him and one of his friends, one of their
Mm-hmm.
friends ended up hitting me up on Instagram and was like, hey, like, you know, I do Forex, like, are you trying to learn and grow and stuff? So I met up with them, and that's how I learned about everything. So
Wow.
it was kind of cool. It was the first time I was around like young people that were on top of their stuff, and that's really the kind of energy you get whenever you join iMarkets Live. Like you see a lot of young
Yeah.
people really trying to do stuff. So it was really a good experience.
Yeah, because now it's a different era. Like back then, and this goes into my next question. Back then, you know, it's all about, you know, go to school, get a job, you know, go to college, get a job. And some people even back then barely even went to college, right? So, and nowadays with us, like millennials and, you know, centennials, right? They're they're we're more about, you know, let's get the bag, let's make this money, let's really, you know, let's forget this job. Like I'm sick of working this job. I want to really, you know, be
Yeah.
work for myself, right? So, and it is just it's just crazy how the mindset change from then and now is crazy. And there's more millionaires of our age than there ever has been in the past. So, which go look,
Oh
this is
wow.
yeah, it does. It literally
I
it's
didn't
the
know that.
I think there's especially during um like a pandemic like this or like a recession like this, I believe there's a millionaire every day. And there's more of us
Oh,
than there
good
is
job,
of
us.
right. So and especially like there's more millionaires being brought in a recession, like or
Yeah.
at least six-figure earners, right? I don't want to just push out millionaires, but at least six-figure earners. There's more six-figure earners being brought out during like uh our time. I mean, and also our time, but also in a recession than anything else. So I really want to hear your perspective on the educational system, like the schools. You know, like how do you view it? Like, did you also go to college? Did you go to high school? How do you feel? What's your viewpoint on
Um, the schooling system, I'm not a fan at
it?
all. So I I actually barely graduated high school. Like I wasn't a good student by any means. And then I did go to college a little bit, maybe for about 2 years. I took a couple classes here and there, but it just never was for me. I always failed. It doesn't apply to the way I think. So I feel like schooling and stuff, they just try to overload you with things that nobody cares about, that you don't really need to use. And I have the approach where if I need something, I'll learn it when I need to learn it. I don't want to learn 1,000 different things that might happen. Like I want to learn exactly what I'm doing as it's happening, and then, add whatever I need to add in. Or, I really like the idea of working together. So you might be really good at math and, the technical stuff, and I might be really good at the marketing side, and we could come together. I don't need to learn every single thing. And that's how the schooling system is set up. They want you to learn every single thing when you don't. In reality, that's not how it works. And that's not how you're most productive. So I've had some really cool college professors that did help to open my mind. Like, I love learning. I read tons of books. I try to read at least 2 books a month. I can, whenever I want to learn something, I go deep into it. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm looking for the people that do it, to kind of study like how they are and what got them there and stuff. So I've always had the idea that like I want to take some more college classes in certain areas just to learn these things, because these people do have this information, but I'm definitely not pursuing a degree in any kind of way. I just want the knowledge and I want to be able to apply it. So to me, I don't know, the schooling system, it needs an entire makeover. I think it should be more.
Say that again.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about the schooling system?
So I have a degree, but I'm one of those people who don't use the degree. Right. So it's kind of cool that, you have that perspective of not actually graduating college, but I do have the perspective of graduating, but then I don't use it. Like, it's just a waste of time. I have loans sitting there for no reason. Right. So, I mean, personally, I definitely can relate to, they're just feeding unnecessary information, especially in high school. Right. High school is just completely unnecessary. I don't use literally anything in high school.
Nothing
in real life right now, like at all. Like, I use more middle school than I would use high school, like addition and subtraction and all this other stuff, or elementary school. But like, there's nothing that's being utilized unless you're in that field. Like, for me, if it's dealing with, like, if you wanted to become a doctor or a lawyer, then school is a necessary thing, right? I feel like, it's something that can't be helped. But if it's something dealing with like how to own your own business or something like that, or become an entrepreneur, the business degrees, the accounting degrees have everything to do with you working under a business instead of you actually creating your own. So like, it just has nothing to do with, like, that just doesn't meet to me. Like, I don't understand. Luckily, for me, I went as, game art, game design, creating video games, but the field is so competitive that I can't even get in the field anyway. It's that competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. I think that's what it comes down to with a lot of degrees. Like, a lot of times you're not going to be able to get the job. So you're still going to have to put in that entrepreneur type work. Like, you're going to have to learn how to network and market, and then like weasel your way into maybe like a gaming company. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's good to know that I'm sure you learned a lot of really cool things about how to do the gaming stuff. Which is awesome, but could you have learned that maybe in like 3 classes instead of 12 or 16? You know what I mean?
Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah, the college I went to was completely different. I went to all year round class. So I would have 5:30 a.m. classes. I would have 12:30 a.m. classes. Then the same day I'd have a 1 p.m. class. And then I'd have maybe an 8-hour break or go to sleep or something, and then come back again for a 5:30 a.m. class. My classes were like, I had classes during the summer, during the winter, during the fall, during the spring. It was nonstop. The only break we had was Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, what is a summer break? What is a spring break? I could never go to Miami. Even though I was in Orlando, it was a struggle just to go to Daytona. Right. Now I was able to, as you get, you finesse your way, as you get closer to graduation, they give you a lot more free time. So I was able to do the things I wanted to do. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, if could I learn some of this stuff in 1 month? Absolutely. Or like, because my course, like I said, was a little bit
In
different.
1 month. Ugh, that's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Absolutely. Some of this stuff was just, I already knew. I feel like sometimes with colleges, they should gauge what you know and cut some classes out. You know what I mean? Like, like why would I need to redo all the other courses that I've already done prior to? I even went to a community college before going to that college to cut out classes, and they still didn't cut it out. So like, it
Huh.
was just stuff like that. It's just like, it's just unnecessary. So I feel like, you know, with classes and college, just there is a lot of unnecessariness that, or, you know, things that could be consolidated. So like, yeah, like that's my opinion when it comes to classes, but it's dope. You know, you have your perspective on your end, which I would have been with the school that I went to. I was just as quickly as being on the, no, I'm not finna do this anymore type of situation, especially with the school that I went to. So like,
Yeah.
actually at one point I wanted to give up. I was like, I want to leave. I think it was 2 years in, like the same, I wanted to leave. Like I didn't want to go to the school anymore. And then, you know how moms are. You finish in school.
Yeah.
It's like that
I mean,
type of
if you started, you
situation.
should finish it. I guess that's what they say.
Right. I mean, there's really no perk. There's no perk to having a degree in real life. Like, I
That's
don't
a good
get,
way to put it. Yeah.
yeah, there's no, I don't get a higher paying job because I have a degree. I don't, I was a server after I graduated. What does that have to do
Mhm.
with my degree? Like, there's no perk from it. It's just a certificate saying that I graduated college.
Yeah. I don't want to be one of those people, but I do feel like it's kind of a scam. It's a money thing, more or less, anymore. Because there's so much. And you
Absolutely.
can have all the degrees in the world, but it's still going to come down to your tenacity as a person, as an
Mm-hmm.
individual, to go out there and make things happen for yourself. So if it has to be like that anyways, why even go to college? You know what I mean? 'Cause-
100%.
so
100%
yeah.
agree.
But
100%
that's
agree.
also just because I wasn't good at studying. Maybe if I was better at doing my homework and stuff, I might have a different opinion on it. But
I was a struggle. Look,
me,
look, it is a struggle. It's a struggle for you. It's a struggle for me. It's pretty sure it's a struggle for everybody. Trust me, it
yeah.
is. So
So
let me,
anybody out there listening, don't feel pressured to go to college if you don't feel like it's right for you.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. If you don't feel like how many billionaires that are our age even graduate high school?
Yeah,
Like there's
very, very little.
so many successful people don't even graduate college or high school. I
hmm
don't know if you know this guy named Iman Gaji. He's
hmm
big on like e-commerce. He never even graduated
hmm
high school, and he makes over
Yeah,
7 figures. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Iman's cool. He's really cool.
Yeah,
I always
he's
watch his videos and I'm like, dang, you're only like 19 years old and
right.
you're
Like
killing
I was
it.
like,
What am
dang,
I doing?
right, 19. Yeah, when I was viewing it, like I'm 25 and I'm looking at it like he's 19 and he's out here making 7 figures. What am I doing at this moment when I was
Yeah,
19?
I know. And a lot of them too, like a lot of the really young entrepreneurs, which I love, a lot of them started making money when they were like 14 years old. Like
Right.
especially kids that are around like 20 years old now. They grew up when like social media and stuff was really popping. You know, like if
Yeah,
I
when
was,
it just began.
yeah, if I was like in high school, if I was a freshman and all this stuff was popping off, I would have been way more into it, you know. So they grew up
Oh
really in the
yeah.
midst of the heat of social media, and they were like making money. They were flipping Instagram accounts. They were
Oh
doing
man.
like all kinds of different stuff, and I'm like, geez, that's so cool. That's just so cool.
If I knew what I knew now when Instagram allowed you to follow as many people as possible, come on now. Come on now.
I
It would have been a
know.
wrap. It would have been a wrap.
I was late.
Nowadays, they cutting it off. It's only a cap of 50. You have to clean your whole Instagram account away. Like, how did you feel when you had cleaned your Instagram account? How long did that take?
Are you talking about the video that I made about my Instagram mess?
Hmm.
Yeah. So what had happened was for anyone that doesn't know, I ended up kind of buying followers because I don't know if you've been
I have.
introduced to that kind of thing,
I
but
did
you
it.
know, a lot of people that are marketing and stuff, you'll get to a point where they're buying followers or they're using little robots to get followers and stuff like that. So I ended up buying some followers, and it just messed up my whole algorithm because it was all fake. And if you don't get enough engagement on your post kind of drowned within your followers,
Right.
and then so nobody's really seeing it. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to download an app to clean out all these fake followers. I only bought like 2 or 3 thousand, I think. My account was up to 5,000, and before that it was around 2,000. So yeah, I bought about 3,000 followers. It took me probably like a month or more to get rid of all the followers because you can only unfollow so many people a day without
Right.
Instagram kind of kicking you off. So that was a mess for a while. I was
I
and it was immediate regret.
I bought over
Like,
20,000 followers.
hmm,
Yep. I
geez.
bought I literally, luckily, I don't have the same account. This is when they were flipping accounts and they were like, yo, let me get your account. I'll add followers or whatever. I gave somebody, when you're giving them your username and password and stuff, that era, I gave somebody my username and password and they took my account because it had like 21K,
Oh.
23K. So
Mhm.
not only did I buy followers, I done lost the account with the followers.
Dang.
So it was bad. So then I'm looking at the account. I can't remember the name of the account. They turned it to like some sex account or something. Like, you remember
Oh.
when it was,
Yeah.
remember the bombshells accounts that was back in the day? Like,
Mm.
just this women all over the Instagram. It was that type of, they turned it to that. It was a sex thing, and then it turned to that type of an account, like a bombshells account. And then
Oh, okay.
remember when Instagram like cut off all the bots?
Yeah. Mhm.
So goes to show that the people that I actually bought were real. And now this 21K
Yeah.
that I don't even have. Isn't that crazy? So now I had to rebuild a whole new account, and it's the account I have now. I'm just like hurt.
That sucks, but that's okay because you have a good amount of followers now. You have like 5,000 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
nice. And I appreciate, like even if it's a smaller audience, if it's like organic and they're engaged, I think. And one thing too, like with my YouTube videos, even or anyone that wants to start a YouTube channel, even if you're only getting like 50 views, imagine if you were sitting in a room and 50 people came to attend. That would be pretty
That's a lot of
substantial. Like
people.
that's pretty powerful stuff. So you can't always just base it off of like, oh, these other people have millions and millions of followers and thousands of views. You really got to take into account that there is still 50 people, 100 people showing up, every week to watch your video and to listen to what you say. And that right there is powerful. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just something that I think a lot of times we get caught up in and kind of can overlook. But yeah, small organic reach is better than thousands and thousands of followers that only like you for one thing, or you
Right.
kind of
Right.
become like a slave to your following at that point, and you don't want to be
Exactly.
that either. So
Exactly. And you have 2,000, but your 2,000 they're even more engaged than my 5,000, right? You're getting thousands of views on a video, right? I might get around maybe 5, 4 around that area when it comes to my fan base. That's one is because I just started. Two, with you just started as well, right? So like just the engagement, that like you said, engagement is important when it comes to your Instagram following and even on YouTube, right? Like I don't know how many people from your YouTube actually follows you on your Instagram, but it's pretty cool where you're able, for you have a balanced amount. Like you have, I believe, 2,000 on YouTube growing, and then you have also 2,000 on Instagram. So you have a balanced amount of not only engagement but the following that you're looking for, and then you're able to grow it. That it's important. That's good engagement. Like you said, if there's 50 people in the room, that's a party, right?
Yeah. That's a lot of people. If you really
That's a
think
party
about
right
it.
there. So
Hmm.
let me ask you this. In the beginning, right? How did you have issues with people supporting you, or like people saying it was a gamble, or like, you know, you shouldn't do this, and et cetera? Did you ever have that in the beginning when you first started trading?
Um, yeah, definitely. Well, I was one of those people that was like hot off the press when I found out about trading, and in I Am Academy, they kind of
Hmm.
want you to promote it. So I was that person. I was like, everyone needs to learn how to trade. It's the best thing in the world. Like, if you don't know how to trade, what are you doing with your life? I definitely, because I was just so excited, and I was seeing all these people that were really successful,
Yeah.
young entrepreneur people. So in my head, I'm like, this is God's gift to earth. Like everyone needs to learn how to trade. And so I think just because it was so new to me and I was so loud about it, it kind of discredited myself a little bit because people were like, you just learned what Forex was 3 weeks ago and you're telling me that I need it and everyone needs it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think whenever you come on too strong like that, it does kind of discredit you a little bit. So
Right. It scares people away too.
yeah, honestly, I never really have gotten signups or anything like that. Like nobody ever wanted to learn how to trade Forex with me, and that's fine, because your friends and your family aren't really your target audience, anyways.
Of
Like they're
course.
not the people you should be marketing to,
Of course.
anyways. So that's why I created my YouTube channel too, to attract those people, because if they're searching up Forex videos, they're obviously interested. And then we could have like real conversations and stuff like that, like
Exactly.
right now. But as far as like my parents and stuff, yeah, they kind of still to this day, they're like, when are you going to give it up and just go to school? And, they have that very traditional mindset. And that's just something
Hmm.
that I've never been the traditional kid. I've always given my parents a little bit of hell. So,
Right.
um,
Right. Right.
so to me, it wasn't too hard. But yeah, you kind of just have to live with like your older family members not really understanding.
Right. I have, luckily, my mom forced me into it when I first started out. She was like, you're gonna learn how to trade or you're gonna learn to get out my house. It was like one of those
What?
types of situations. It was one of
Really?
those. Yeah, but she also trades, right? She
Oh my
trades,
goodness.
right, which is a blessing only for the fact if you have somebody that's there to trade. But her parents, on the other hand, are like, in the beginning were like, no, I'm not finna do this. But what's crazy is that my grandfather, her dad, was in the Chicago Stock Exchange. So you would think, for somebody who's been in the industry, they would jump up for something like this. But he's so, like you said, old fashioned that it's like, what is Forex? Like what,
Mm-hmm.
like why, like it, like I don't know why people are turned off by something they don't understand, but it's just like they're not interested in something that's outside of their realm, right? But they always stress the point of, be uncomfortable, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So like my thing is that um I didn't have the support, other than, of course my mom, but like, when you go to your friends, right? When you say, yo, I got something that's about to be serious. Like I had to literally like learn, like it's a real skill set to learn how to invite somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been platinum 150 for like 2 years. I haven't even
Yeah.
like flipped anybody, like to learn this skill set, to learn how to actually invite. I just now got good at it. Now, am I, going to use the Platinum 150? I use it for my gas money, but do I use it for anything else to get more people? Probably not. Like I have my own platform for that now. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily need their Platinum 150 check. It just sits there. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like um the we didn't have support with the business, actually, with IM. Like there were, like, how, because you had Embry, they were like a super, or that crowd, they were like a super marketing, let's work, let's get people, many people as possible. So you had that support. I didn't have that over here. So like that's what gauged me to create my own platform, right? To just be like, you know what, like I'm not about to go under them. I've been platinum 150 for 2 years now. What am I supposed to do with 150? Like,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So that can't even pay for me. It can't even pay my phone bill. My phone bill $230, right? $230. It can't even pay my phone bill. Okay, what can 150 do? So like, at the end of the point of the story is, like, I completely understand. But did anybody say like you were gambling though? I definitely had a lot of people saying that was gambling.
Yeah. So I didn't really like when it came to people my age, they didn't really say anything about it. They were kind of just like, nah, I'm not interested or whatever. My parents were kind of like, you're gambling with your money. Yeah, pretty much.
I've had that.
But I mean,
I don't know why it's funny. It's just they say this. Every person says this the exact same way. You're gambling with your money. You're gambling with your money. It's just funny
yeah,
because they always say it.
And like in a sense, I can see where they're coming from, but it's a lot like it is up to chance, and that's true, but it's a lot different than just gambling your money.
Right.
There's a lot more set in stone to protect your money, and
right.
You know.
The thing about gambling is, well, the huge difference is that you're able to control how much money you're willing to lose. Right. In gambling, they give you a set amount. You need to buy in at this much. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that's like a crazy, and then it's like $1,000. What happens if you only have $1,000? You know what I mean? Like that's something that, that's kind of weird in a sense. Kind of weird, but
the whole they're two different worlds. Like they're definitely two completely different things. But it does get looked at as gambling, and so people like have that in their mind, so they can see it for what it really is. But they're way, way, way different. So,
but then they see as investing as not gambling.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Well, I don't know. Some people think investing is gambling too.
No, that's what I'm saying. They do.
With their money.
They do. That's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, there are people who do that, but like a lot of people see investing long term more feasible than right now, and it's not like it's right now money. It is and it isn't, right? But like at the same time, like anytime it's really, if they need to put work towards it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And it all comes down. That's the bad part about our generation, right? The one side, we're super ambitious, but then in another, we're like super lazy. Like, who wants to work? I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that type of situation. But speaking of that, right? I want to go.
We're very impatient.
Super impatient. Super impatient. Super impatient. Which will never win in Forex.
Never.
It won't ever work. So let me ask you this. You see, speaking of like gambling and like the lifestyle of things, what's your view on like lifestyle trading, especially on YouTube, right? You see a lot of people who flash fancy cars and sell all these courses. Some people, like, how do you feel? Because some of those, how do you feel about the scammers out there? Because there's some people who really don't trade but sell courses. But then there are people who trade but like don't really do anything.
That one's hard, because I mean, selling educational stuff is a hustle in itself, but it does hurt the people that actually are in the industry. You know what I mean? I mean, get it how you live, but that's always a hard one. And that was kind of like one of my big things with iMarkets Live. Like, you had a lot of people that were really good at marketing but didn't trade, and then you had a lot of people that were really good at trading but, like you said, didn't know how to market. So it's cool, like, in that aspect, that they can come together and like help each other and piggyback off each other. So it kind of just depends. Like, you do have to be wary of like where you get your education from in the Forex world. So if you can try to find people that can show you the results, can really sit down and talk to you about strategy and stuff. If y'all can have a good conversation before you buy anything, that's a pretty good indicator that you'll be in the right spot. And I mean, trading is it's easy like trading in itself is simple and it's public information. So I mean, even if this person doesn't know how to trade or they're not a very good trader, they might still give you some information that you can take and make your own and become good off of it. So I mean, obviously we don't want scammers, we don't want liars, because that's never going to be a good thing. But
Right.
the trading world, yeah, there's a lot. Trading in itself is kind of like an up and down thing. So just
I
try to
agree.
find solid people.
So before we close out, I got like a couple more questions revolving around you, right? What is your goals, your future plans, like stuff you want to reward yourself when you hit like certain milestones? If you can give it, because sometimes people are private with their stuff. So like, I just want to ask you, what are they, if you can give some?
Yeah. Ooh, I could talk about my goals all day long. I have a lot of big goals. The thing with me is I always looked at Forex as like a means to another means. So I originally got in because I was like, oh, I can rack up capital and then put it into businesses. So I'm somebody that has a lot of ideas when it comes to businesses, and I'm really good at identifying like problems or like areas that are lacking within certain areas. Like my community, especially, I'm from a smaller town in Arizona. It has about 10,000 people. But the thing with my town is it's really close to the city. It's only an hour away from the city. So anything you want to do, you can do in the city, and it's a fairly short drive. But then here in my community, it's kind of like a small, tight knit thing. But like I said, there's still over 10,000 people that live here. And so we don't have a lot of businesses. We don't have things that like help with convenience. We don't have like, we have really good tasting restaurants, but we don't have like very like sustainable or like healthy restaurants, or, you know, there's a lot lacking here that I can kind of see. And I can see how if I were to like bring in some businesses, it could really up the quality of life for people here. So I'm really interested in helping the town that I grew up in, just because I can see it's a huge market. You know, if I were to open a business, everyone's eyes would be on it. Like everyone would pretty much know about it. So I want to do a lot of stuff here in my community, and I want to do it in ways where I might be able to help start it up, or I can actually find the person. Because me myself, I feel like I have, like I said, a ton of ideas that I personally couldn't fulfill them all, even if I tried. So I kind of wanted, yeah, I either need a team or I want to just be able to help people. Like I want to be kind of a silent investor in that aspect. Or like when it comes to people, like I know a lot of really great people here where I live, but they just don't have like the means or the know-how to get things started. So if I could kind of like help them get things started and kind of give them the business, let them do it because that's what they want to do. And then I just kind of like, after a certain point, you know, I'm like piggybacking off of it basically because I invested initially. So I kind of want to like help startups, I guess, if that makes sense. And then in that way, you can put that all over. So like, I'm sure there's a lot of small towns that are in the same exact situation as mine. So I can kind of help like to duplicate that process. So that's something that I think about a lot really, is like how I can start developing businesses. That's probably my biggest goal. That's pretty much my biggest goal. You know, I kind of just want to like live a good life, kind of a simple life. Have you read the book, The 4-Hour Workweek?
No, that's something new. I
It's
read
such a good
books,
book.
so that's something new. What is that?
It's the 4-Hour Workweek. It's about this guy who, like in the beginning of the book, he's like, I'm a pro fighter, like I'm a pro traveler, I was a teacher, like I don't know. He has like 10 different titles that he claims, and he's like, I'm a person that does everything, and this is how. And he talks about like the real like power that money has, and the real reality of what working can be. So it's a really cool book. I highly recommend it, but I don't even remember why I brought it up, but he basically just he puts he put into perspective like what money really is and what working really is to me. And so I've kind of thought a lot about that more recently because as like a young entrepreneur, I think we start out very like money hungry. We're like, I just want to see all this money in my bank account. I want to be this and this. I want to have Lamborghinis and whatnot. Like, and you think that everything you do is going to cost a lot of money, so you need a lot of money. Like, that's kind of our attitude, right? If we want to be great, we have to have a lot of money. But he breaks down that like sometimes living a simple life can get you everything you want and more, and you don't necessarily need all that money. Like, there's two types of people that like live a luxurious life. There's one person that is, a millionaire on Wall Street, and he's busy every single day and he can afford anything in the world, but he never has time for it. And then there's one person who lives in like a beautiful little beach town. You know what I mean? He goes fishing every day. He hangs out with his wife and his friends in the evening, and he returns home and that guy isn't a millionaire, but he's living his best life, basically. So I kind of I want to get to a point where I can make enough money to just live my best life, live in beautiful places, maybe travel the world. I don't know. So I'm shifting my focus into like just I need tons and tons of money to I need to figure out what my next steps are to get to these beautiful experiences.
I like it. I like it. You thought it through. Your why is super strong. So I like it. So what start off with this? Do you have like routines or like affirmations you go by? Or do you like meditate? Something like that?
Yes. So I'm getting more into meditating, especially as of lately, because it's something that I've always heard about, but I never was good at. Which meditating is hard, and it takes time to like be good at meditating and calming your mind, and you really got to set that focus. So I'm trying to get more into meditating, but it's definitely not a daily thing. I do have a schedule though. Ever since quarantine, I've been at home. I haven't worked a regular job. I've just been like trying to make all my money online so that I don't have to go back to a regular job.
I agree.
So that was really cool because it kind of showed me like what it's actually like to work from home. Because are you working right now?
No, job laid me off. Luckily, the quarantine blew the business up. So I'm in the same situation you're in. I started my YouTube channel. Just don't want to go back.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to go back. So, but it really was eye-opening because, for the past 2 years, ever since I learned about trading, I'm like, I want to get to the point where I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I want to just be able to work from home. And now we're in this spot where we are forced to work from home, and it brought out a lot of realizations.
Exactly.
As to like, I'm actually wasn't prepared to work from home. And so that's why I wasn't able to work from home before, So now I've been just really trying to get into the habit of like, I wake up every day, I get ready, like Monday through Friday are my work days. Even though I'm stuck in my home, I'm in my living room and in my bedroom, it's still like I have to get a lot of things done. So I've definitely been working on my schedule. There's nothing like too set in stone that I do other than just, Monday through Friday, I'm not messing around. Well, Friday is kind of like, it's the end of the week, the markets are closed. Yeah, it pretty much kicks off the weekend, but Monday through Thursday is solid. Like I wake up, I have to film at least. I have 2 YouTube channels, so I'm trying to post twice a week on both channels. So I have to do lots of filming, lots of editing. It's kind of like nonstop. So it's been cool. As far as affirmations, I lately have actually this book right here. I've been writing down like my goals and stuff and trying to like every morning, because sometimes it's hard to wake up every morning and think like these positive thoughts and like this is what I want. So I just like to I have like a certain little message that I have written out, and then I just rewrite it every morning. And I feel like just taking that 5 minutes to write out this message and my goals and stuff really has helped to keep my spirits up, if nothing else.
I do the same thing. I have I go by something called like the 5G method.
What's that?
Pretty much I write down 5 daily goals, 5 affirmations, 5 values, and then I write down what I'm grateful for every morning. right? I used to do it at night, but I found myself able to be more focused during the morning, right? So I write everything down during the morning. I write my affirmation down 5 times, right? I have like affirmations that I, revolve around. So like right now, my affirmation right now is service over self, right? So that's like one of my,
Okay.
so that's like one of my
That's a good one.
affirmations. So I write that down 5 times, write down 5 daily goals. I do my best to hit all 5 daily goals. I find myself always not doing one goal though, consistently. At least do it 3 times a week though. But I want to hit it 7 or at least 5, right? I'll be happy with 5.
Yeah.
But the goals is just for you to gauge it. It's like you have an impossible goal of you wanting to be like a quadrillionaire or something, but like what happens if you get at least halfway there, right? Like most people can't get halfway there. So it's like that type of situation. If I keep doing the same thing every single day, 7 days a week, then if the goal that I want, I can at least get halfway there, right? So, like I said,
That's
it's all
good.
about service for me. So it's good for you too. You're doing the same thing. You know what I mean? You're doing affirmations. You have goals you need to do. I have a routine. Mine is more set in stone, right? Than yours is. That's only because of I have the business, so I have no choice, right? So I have to have it set in stone. Like certain hours of the day is completely towards calls. Like before this call, I was just on a call before, right? So like and I have a call right after. So like it's just stuff like that. Like there's certain things that have to be set in stone. So I have to revolve my life around those specific schedules. So like I try to wake up every day at 7, go to sleep at 11, right? So that I can wake up, so like that stuff like that. On the weekends, I do give myself, some form of, leeway from here in time. You gotta always be flexible. You don't want, I'm human. I don't want to be a robot. But like what I do though is do block periods. Have you heard of the block period type of work schedule? So I got this actually from Iman Gaji. He does block periods where he'll work for an hour, then have a break for 15 minutes, then work for an hour, then have a break for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then he'll have like his lunch is 30 minutes, and then he'll do it again. And then he'll do that, I believe he said from 9 to 4 or 9 to 5 or something like that, like a regular work schedule. So for me, I'll do that from like 8 to 4. Right. And then the rest of my day is like, let's say if I wanted to create a YouTube video or something else, like something, if I want to invest in another hobby, stuff. So you're giving yourself like a schedule where it kind of like, so you won't burn out. You know what I mean? Because we, in this type of situation that we're in, we find, for me at least, I know I tend sometimes, because I overwork sometimes, I tend to burn myself out. And especially as you're creating YouTube videos, there are times like, I don't feel like creating a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you still have to do it, but do it where, you still enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? So like that block period stuff, like really helps,
Really? I
really
might have
helps.
to try that. Because the thing with me is I'm such like a fluid person. Like, what's your sign? What's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Oh, you're a Scorpio. Oh, good. That's awesome. I'm a Cancer, so we
get along, right?
Almost. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. So, but like, I don't know if it's because I'm like a water sign or what, but I like to think of myself as very fluid. So like, there are some weeks where I'm literally like, okay, you're waking up at this time, you're doing this at this time. Like I schedule every single moment of my week, basically. And those are really nice. But then there's like the next week, I'll just be on a totally different, and I'm like, okay, well, my only goal for the week is to film 2 YouTube videos. Whatever else happens through the rest of the week, I don't even care. So, and I feel like that works for me, because like on those power weeks, I can get stuff done, and it's like I have the energy to do that. And then on those lazy weeks, it's like I just chill, and I try not to get mad at myself for feeling lazier sometimes, because it's always, you're never down unless you stay down. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
I might have like a lazy week, but I could come back even stronger the next week. So
exactly.
I think that's kind of something.
I had to learn that with trading.
Too strict. Yeah. But I do like that whole block period thing. Because that's one thing where I struggle. Like if I'm trying to schedule on my day, I don't really schedule in breaks at all. So it's like you do kind of get overwhelmed after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, there was a time when I would work, literally from as soon as I wake up, because I go for like a mile walk as soon as I wake up. So as soon as I'm done with the walk, immediately after, you get yourself together, I'm working until 12 p.m. So that's like 9 a.m. to like 12 p.m. my time. So it's like that's hours. Like that's over 10, 12 hours of more than that, maybe even 14 hours worth of work. And I would find myself, I would do that like for a week, 2 weeks, and then I find myself like tired all the time. Right. And then I would get lazy on the videos for YouTube because I'm still doing this. Like for the platform. So it's just like, okay, well, I need to find out a way where I can give myself a break. So then I would give myself 2-hour breaks. But then, when you have a break for too long, it tends to keep going. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when I just watched one of his videos, he said, yeah, I give myself 15-minute breaks in between. It's not too long, it's not too short. But you're also still in the mindset of still working. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I find like it definitely works. It definitely does.
You need to do like a day in the life video. They do really well. They do numbers. I'll tell you that much.
They do. I actually have one, but I think that I'm going to change the thumbnail. Thumbnails are important in day in the life videos. So I've been really studying, YouTube and everything. I only have like going on 800 subscribers. So like it's
nice.
It's like I'm paying attention to how everybody's doing their stuff. You can tell that stuff without your face in it doesn't get as many views. Things with your face in it gets a lot of views. So my face is on the day in the life, but there's a lot more designs and stuff all around it and stuff. But if I keep it simple, right, maybe have something here, something here. I did it with my last video. I had a lot more views when it came to that video than my quarantine video. But I'm gonna redo that one though, because I feel like that was early on in the stage. I didn't necessarily know what I was doing as much. I feel like you can always do like an update, right? Which I did change my routine a lot since then. Like I added the block stuff, and I go for walks. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I added. I like playing around with my schedule, so like I divide mine up. Like I'll have a morning, a daily, and then a night routine. So like I'll have like, all those type stuff. But like it's fun. I like having a routine. It's kind of dope. Now it's just traveling.
Yeah. So where do you live at now since you're not in Florida anymore?
No, I live in Atlanta now. Atlanta, Georgia.
You're from Atlanta?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh,
yep.
okay.
Yeah, so
I know a ton of people out there in Atlanta. I need to go visit.
I am as popping.
There's a lot of traders.
There's a whole lot of traders out here.
Yeah.
It's too saturated though. So it's good.
Oh, you think so?
In Arizona, yeah, like everybody I talk to is traded, especially because of the quarantine stuff now. Right? Like back then you could probably be like, oh yeah, I heard about it and I'm not interested or but nowadays it's like I already do it. Oh, you a trader? I'm a trader too. Like it's always like that. So nowadays that's when I started using the YouTube platform. Right, because you're able to get people that's not in your your area, that's not in your realm. This I don't know how many people on this earth. Not everybody knows about trading, so you know what I mean. So like that's the point of really using the online platform, like using ads, using this, using that.
Yeah, and the cool thing about YouTube is you get your exact audience that you're trying to target, because they're the ones searching for these videos. So yeah, YouTube is a really useful tool. The only time I started to get signups was after my YouTube channel started to take off. So like for literally 2 years, I had been in different companies and everyone kind of wants you to sell their product for them. That just it makes sense for their business to grow. But I never literally had one person sign up whenever I first started, like the first 2 years. And then after my YouTube channel, I got like 6 or 7 people, and I didn't have to ask them at all. I didn't know them. They came out of nowhere and were messaging me like, hey, how can I learn from you? What is this company that you're talking about? Like, I really need this guidance. So YouTube is really, really cool for that aspect.
It's really dope. I've had some signups from it too. It's really, it's
Mhm.
really, it's number two for a reason, right? So, I mean, it's definitely. I never knew. I've created multiple YouTube video, channels beforehand, right? I might have 100 here, 50 here, whatever subscribers, but like
Mhm.
money, anything revolving around money right now is blowing up, or not just
Mhm.
money, lifestyle, or anything that's revolving about what somebody wants is blowing up at this moment. So just it's definitely convenient at this point, right? Because I like it's like you get a certain amount of subscribers a day, and what I like is that you get to see the unique subscribers, right? The people who you don't know, right? So
Yeah.
that is different, like, because especially because the platform that I have, that I post a video in whatever, in Telegram or whatever, they obviously know. I obviously see that it's from Telegram on my YouTube channel. But when you see like unique subscribers, that's an audience totally different from the people that I already have. So like that's potential, more people that you can get, like more signups, like you were talking about. So
Yeah.
it's definitely fun. YouTube is definitely fun at this point.
Yep, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work though. Now that
Yes, it
it's like
is.
I only have 2,000 subscribers, but it's to the point where I'm like, I owe these people my life, and if I don't post a video for them this week,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm gonna let them all down. They're all gonna hate me. It's a lot of
Exactly.
work.
I had to
Hmm.
buy materials, like stuff to like really invest
Oh
in,
yeah,
like a light. I had to invest in a mic.
yep.
I had to
I got
had
my
to
camera right here.
right. I'm about to literally buy me a camera tomorrow. I've been using my iPhone, so I've literally been using. Actually, I've been using my iPad. iPads are really good resolution.
Really?
Like, yeah, like literally the same resolution as a camera.
I would
It's
not think that at
crazy.
all.
It's crazy.
Dang.
I'm about to upload this. It's completely clear.
I know a lot
Completely
of
clear.
people that just use their iPhones to film. So I mean,
Right.
that is okay. When I started, I had a Galaxy and I would use that to film, but a lot of times I would use the front camera because you can't really see, from the back. So my videos weren't that good of quality, but
Right. The
I
back of the
mean,
camera is the best one. But nowadays, it's front and back that's good. Especially with iPhones, they
yeah,
do it on purpose. That's why they add so many freaking screens on the back of the iPhone. But like this iPad, I don't know if it's dealing with, lighting is important,
hmm,
right? So when you actually have great lighting, your quality is like 10 times better, right? So
yeah,
um like I like when I learned when you learn certain things as a YouTuber, it's kind of like second nature. Oh, I need to be by light. I need a ring light if I
yeah,
want to do it at night or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like trying to
hmm,
find service. That's like how it is when it's time, when it's like light. You know,
yeah.
so it's
That's
like
so funny.
that's like, oh wait, I don't have light here. It's like that type of situation. So like I try to do all that. Like lighting is important. Like, and I see, and you see these YouTube videos, like, dang, how do they get these quality? How do they get this and this, that, and the third? And it's literally from the camera and lighting.
Hmm.
So that's serious.
Yeah,
So,
it definitely makes a huge difference. I always try to film at least before like 2 o'clock or before, in the day, because that's when you get the brightest lights in my windows. And even like I can have good enough lighting in the evening, but it still doesn't turn out right. So, yeah, that
right.
something is really crucial. But I recommend getting a camera. Like I have one friend, and he's really trying to do like the TikTok thing, but he has like an
Mm,
iPhone 6, and his videos are funny, but the quality is so bad. And I'm like, bro, you just need
oh
to get a
dang.
camera. Like you will never go wrong investing in a camera in today's
Never.
age. Like everything is video content. Like so, just
So
do
what
it. Just
camera
get
do
a
you
camera.
suggest? What camera do you suggest?
I have the Canon EOS M50, and I really love it. It's been really good. It's very user friendly. That's the thing about Canon cameras; they're very user friendly. Like the colors come out good. You don't really have to play with it too much. So I recommend a Canon. They have the little G7Xs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of sometimes wish that I would have got one of those because the quality is still going to be better just because it's a camera alone.
Right.
but it's a lot smaller. So I like that one. Like if you're gonna be doing vlogging or like more active videos, I think a little camera like the G7X would be good. But since a lot of my videos I'm like sitting down, this one's okay. Like you can see it's kind of big, but you can interchange the lens. So like sometimes it's not even the camera, it's the lens, you know?
That
The
too.
lens are universal. So you can get like the nice Sony lenses and put it on your Canon camera and stuff like that. So
They have
I
it
would say
now
that's
where
really
you
good.
can put it on your phone. You know the lens on your phone? Like they have a
Oh
lens.
yeah,
They have literally a lens. I was thinking about getting it like for like, you know,
I've
movement,
seen
like you
that.
were saying. It's
Mm-hmm.
like $300 for like a lens. I was thinking about getting that tomorrow too. Because I got the case. Like they have certain cases. Like this case is strictly for like putting your lens in. So
Mm-hmm.
I bought the case for it, and I was thinking about, you know, having one for like sitting down, having one for like, you know, being out, you know, and active. You know, you can carry, you know, the whatever sticker, you know, whatever you want to use. But
Yeah, that'd be
that,
awesome.
that would be pretty cool. So, you know, maybe that would be something if you want to be, you know, more useful. It's not as expensive as like a G7 or anything like that, but the
Yeah.
quality is the same way. So it
Mm-hmm.
has the same quality as a regular camera. So
That would be awesome. I'd love to like test that out and see what that looks like.
it's really
Because I
dope.
do use my iPhone, like if I'm gonna be out and about and I just need like maybe some short clips, I'll just use my
Mhm.
iPhone. I won't take like my camera.
Right. They have like an anamorphic lens. They have like a wide lens. They have like, you know how with lenses on a camera, they have like the same thing on a phone, like a 16 millimeter or like a, you know, it's really dope. Like
Yeah,
really
that's crazy.
specific. Like they have it really
Mm-hmm.
specific on these lenses. But
That's really cool.
I want to go ahead and ask you how people can actually access your videos, you know, get to know you, what platforms to actually hit you up on. So go ahead, do
Yeah,
your thing.
I'd love for you guys to check out my content. I try to make good content that's like very beginner friendly and user friendly. So I have a YouTube channel. It's called Andy Zona, as well as my Instagram. I go by Andy Zona. That is my. You can honestly just Google Andy Zona and I will pop up. I made sure that I got that real estate on that first page of Google. So
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
I'm most active on YouTube and Instagram. So that would be great. I do have Snapchat and stuff too, but yeah,
We
I'd
all
love to
know how
see you guys.
Snapchat
Let me know
is.
that you saw me from the video. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm starting this new series. I want to start interviewing um, business people, business women,
Mhm.
businessmen, whatever the case may be. Eventually start traveling the world and doing it, you know, kind of like give it, you know, a mini show in a sense, right? Starting
Yeah,
here, it's going to get bigger, right? So I want to start doing
that'd be
that, giving out
awesome.
some mini series from time to
I'll be
time.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah.
We
So
got a loyal subscriber here.
I like it. I like it. We got to get that subscriber base up. I'm trying to hit like
Yeah.
my goal is like 100,000,
Oh, you
at the
got that.
moment. Yeah, like a hundred
You got
thousand.
it.
You know, we can
You
have a
have a great.
race.
Oh, we can have a
We
race.
can have a
We
race.
can have a race. Does that count with both my channels? Can I have 50,000 and 50,000?
Right, because you do have the TV, right? No, we'll let it count. We'll have it count. Yeah, we'll do
Whoever can
that.
get
Because then
100,000.
more competition for me,
Yeah,
right?
more motivation. I'm up for it.
You know what I mean? The
No,
first one
honestly,
that gets 100K.
I don't even know the direction I'm headed in my Andy Zona channel. I'm kind of, it's something that I'm still really interested in playing in, too, because of all the business videos and stuff. I feel like there's so many different ways I can go with it. So it'll be interesting to see how this whole YouTube journey pans out.
At this point, I mean, just from your channel itself, you don't really have to pick. You don't have to like decide if you want to do this or if you want to do that. Your channel looks more of a lifestyle, right? A businesswoman who does a lot of different things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you can
Oh, cool.
do where you have a, you know, you can do like what I learned. I don't know if you heard of this guy named Adam Ivy, but he does something where, and he does this on his Instagram, but you can do this on your YouTube videos. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4. He does like a 1, 2, 3, 4 thing. He has one, this video is about Forex, this video is about lifestyle, this video is about something else, right? or makeup, or so, and then you'll revolve it every other video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll be like a collaboration of stuff, and so you don't necessarily have to pick. You're doing all of them. You're already successful doing it, so why change it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's really true. That's kind of something that I had to figure out, because I would post random videos and then Forex videos, and then, and it just, my channel wasn't cohesive at all. So now I'm kind of to the point where I talk about, anything involving like money. Like if there's a new business thing that intrigues me, I'll talk about that. Or so I'll do like money, Forex, social media, and then lifestyle. So that's kind of like the vibe, yeah.
That's
I like that rotating thing.
Exactly what I do. I do business, lifestyle, and investing. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, why choose one? The YouTube's there for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you have your Andy TV, which you could do more vlogging, behind the scenes type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big ideal person when I was younger.
What's that?
So that was a big idea type of person when I was younger.
Yeah, me too. I have too many ideas sometimes, so I don't know how to pick and stick to one all the time. But yeah, Andy TV is going to be fun. That's like my passion project. I pretty much decided if there was any random videos I wanted to make, I could still make them. I'll just put it on that channel.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate you. We definitely connect. I'm gonna be in California and in LA actually in August or whatever. So I'm going to Orlando. I'm going back to Orlando in August, and then I'm going straight to LA after that. So maybe I'll stop by in Arizona and see what's up. See what's going on.
That would be great. That'd be awesome. I mean? We could do an interview on my channel. I would really like that. I have a new little series that I'm trying to do as well called 21 Questions with Entrepreneurs. So I'm really excited to get people to actually do the questions with me.
That definitely sounds like a whole show. That sounds like a show for real. Like, 13 reasons why, 21 questions. You know what I mean? That sounds like a little show for real, like a nice TV show. I like it.
That's the vision for it. So hopefully we'll get you on that real soon. If not, I'm always down to go to Atlanta. I've been wanting to go for the longest. So
definitely got to come to the A. There's nothing wrong with the A at the moment. So you definitely got to come through. We're all, how it is. We're always popping over here in Atlanta. I have to be in. Actually, my mom is going to be in Arizona this month or next month. So I'm going to see if I can go with her.
You should come. That'd be so much fun. It's actually my birthday on Friday, too. So I'm going to be in a good mood for the next year.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I'm going to see. I can't remember. She's going there for trading. I don't know if you've heard of this guy named Ken. Look up on Instagram. Yeah.
I love Ken.
Yeah. So he's doing like
exactly what you're talking about. There's only one Ken in Arizona.
Right. So he's doing some like boot camp or something.
He's doing like a 5-day course or something.
Yeah, like he's doing something where, and she paid for it. I think it was like $1,500 to do whatever. Mm-hmm. And she paid for it. Yeah, and he's like,
ooh, that's so cool. You should definitely try to go with her. I mean, you probably won't be able to attend the class.
Probably not gonna attend
for it. But
I'll definitely buy the
there. Yeah, just to be there though and like hear what she's learning, that'd be really cool. Ken is somebody that I admire so much. He actually, me and him were really good friends when I first started trading Forex. And he like wasn't popping at all or anything like that. He was actually applying to be a what's that? The people that send out signals on Swipe Trader.
Right, Swipe Trades. Yes, he did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like trying to be a Swipe Trader and then they wouldn't let him. And then so he stopped, made his whole own company and then just like blew up from there. They are fascinating. Blue Capital has always been so cool. I've worked with them a lot. Yeah, so that'd be really cool.
Yeah, my mom is with Blue Capital now, so that's why she knows about it.
I recommend Blue Capital a lot of the time. Like I know it's kind of taboo to like intermixed in all these trading groups, but if there's good in them, I'll recommend it. So I'm always out here recommending Blue Cap.
Right. I recommend because I naked trade. So like this other company called Falcon FX. I check they naked. They're very similar in my style. So I go to them too when it comes to like who wouldn't go to why would you put all your baskets, everything in one pot? Like I want multiple pots, multiple bags, maybe a Louis Vuitton here and there, Gucci here and there, You gotta have
Gotta have the
everything.
variety.
Right,
Yep.
so like I try to have a variety of stuff. So, we got to be ready for everything, especially for
so
situations
awesome.
like this,
Heck
so.
Yeah.
But I appreciate
I'm really glad I got to talk to you. Yeah,
sure.
It was nice to meet you officially, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, we definitely let everybody make sure you go check out her channel, Andy Zona, for sure. Make sure you like, subscribe, and definitely hit that notification bell for all her future content. So we'll go ahead and close it out. We'll definitely go ahead and link up after this. So you guys have an excellent day. I appreciate you, Andy.
Peace. Bye. Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, so I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that interview. I want to make sure you guys make sure to comment, like, and subscribe below. I want to make sure you guys get this new content. And I hope you guys really enjoyed. I just got me a new camera, so hopefully you guys can tell from the quality that this will be, top notch, right? Got new lenses and everything. Let me know below in the description how you feel about the quality of this new camera and this new content that you're getting today. But then again, you guys, I really appreciate you guys for actually tuning in and staying in this long to the end of the video. You guys have an excellent, excellent day. We had a really great time. You guys, peace.